YouTube, what's going on? Andrew Darling here, Mr. Darling 4. Guys, I want to talk about the iPhone 6s. So I've been using it now for a couple weeks as my primary device. I'm recording on the OnePlus 2, by the way. Uh, Secondary-ish device that I've been having with me. But no, the iPhone 6s. I got the 64 gigabyte space gray version. I've been using it as my main phone. And I hate to say this, I've been an Android guy for a long time. I'm probably not going to get rid of this phone for a while. So I was going to buy the OnePlus X that comes out in a couple days. I have an invite for it and everything. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it because it doesn't support all of T-Mobile's bands. And where I live in Columbia, South Carolina, and where I spend quite a bit of time in Charlotte, North Carolina, depends pretty heavily on that band 12 that is not supported. So OnePlus X, while I really wanted to do it, it's nearly the same size as the iPhone 6s, except you get a 5-inch screen, so that's important. But I can't do the shortcuts, OnePlus. Can't do it, sorry. Okay, back to iPhone. My bad. What do I like about this phone so far? Hardware. Well, look at that, I'm getting notifications. Hardware, okay? So the size of the device. You guys know I had the Z5 Compact for a little bit. Software experience was horrible. It's very possible I just got a bad unit, okay? But software experience was horrible. I had to send it back. The size of the device, absolutely love it. The aftermarket support for cases and screen protectors. I have a glass screen protector on here. It looks terrible right now, but I have a glass screen protector on there. I have this really super thin case here. I have a couple battery cases. I don't worry about battery. The crazy part is, so I've been up since 4:15 this morning. My phone's been off the charger since about 5 o'clock. It's 3:45 in the afternoon, and I am at 35%. So, I mean, it is, and I'm sure it's not going to focus in, but 35%, so you can see that. But battery life has been really, really good on the iPhone, which surprised me quite a bit. Smaller battery than the iPhone 6, and you guys know I did a full review to the iPhone 6 last year. I complained a lot about iOS, and some of those pains are still there. The back button being so high. You can swipe, and the swipe gestures are a little bit better now. I don't really use too many of Apple's apps per se. I don't use their mail app. I use Gmail, and I use Outlook. Outlook is really, really good on iOS, and Outlook's really good on Android as well, but it's really, really good on iOS. I enjoy, there's a lot of things too that for me as a law school student, iOS has that Android doesn't. So I have some other apps here. This one here is called Quimby. It's one that has a bunch of outlines and stuff like that. There's a Lexus Advance. There's a Voice Dream app, which is similar to some of the other apps that you can get on Android for free, and where it essentially narrates a PDF document. Barbary, Above the Law, another Lexus one, and then of course PowerPoint and stuff like that. That comes Microsoft apps essentially, but smooth, consistent. So let's talk about the camera for a second, because that's a big deal for everybody everywhere, except for those who it's not a big deal for. But the camera is consistently, like, here's great. The camera is consistently like right here. So I went from a Note 5 to that. The Note 5's camera is freaking phenomenal. The Note 5's camera, along with the S6, the Z5's camera was really good when it worked. But the Note 5 and the S6 cameras have been the most consistent cameras overall. Awesome, awesome cameras. If you line your shot up right and you get it, best photos you're gonna get. The G4, most color accurate photos you're gonna get, but I kind of like the saturation that comes with the S6 and even some of the iPhone photos, a little bit of color saturation. But the iPhone is probably the most consistent photo taker. Rear shooter, front facing shooter, doesn't matter. I don't really like that you have to play with the settings from the settings app instead of going into the camera and doing it. But again, that's an iOS issue. Battery life for me, like I said, has been really good. Camera's been consistently just about great, almost great. I'm gonna do some 4K stuff here soon. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm tired of going and shooting a little area near the lake by my house to see how that does, but whatever. I'm just kind of rambling. These are some quick thoughts about the iPhone 6s now that I've had it for a little bit. kind of wearing on me. I really like the iPhone. As far as a phone, feel, build quality, Apple's always done remarkable things in build quality and feel in the hand. This is no different. I like the slight added heft. 3D Touch, I don't use a whole lot, but this fingerprint scanner, so I have like 4 fingers set up, so I push in, and I mean, it's there. So I can just, from here, I can just, I mean, it's open. The fingerprint scanner is ridiculously fast, which is good because I don't really like iOS notifications anyway. So I don't like how it's set up. I love Android notifications, but there's some trade-offs. So I was gonna get an Nexus 5, but battery life, and then if I put a battery case on it, it's just too big. I mean, there's a lot of different things to consider. I love Android at heart. That's my OS. That's my operating system. The iPhone's allowing me to be more productive in school. As far as the apps that it allows me to have, that especially ones I have a subscription to, that's a big deal for me. Since I didn't keep my iPad Mini 4, which I still have the review coming for it. I have all the footage. I just need to sit down and do the review. So iPhone 6s. These are kind of my initial thoughts after a couple of weeks of use. I don't know if you can buy a better device if you want a device that's a sub 5-inch device, 5-inch and below. So I know the Nexus 6P is phenomenal from what just about everybody said. I don't want a big ass phone anymore. I never really wanted one, but I dealt with the OnePlus One because you couldn't beat value wise, and I love CyanogenMod. I dealt with the Note 5 for a while because it really doesn't feel too terribly big in the hand, but battery life, even with quick charging, was just terrible. But the iPhone 6s has been a very, very pleasant surprise. So I'm not going to get the OnePlus X. I'm not going to get the Lumia 950, which I really kind of wanted. But iOS, it allows me to do everything I needed to do, even if I'm not a huge fan of it. So, guys, I'm not saying I'm not still an Android guy. I love Android, but I'm going to be on iOS for a while. And that's probably not that bad of a thing. Thank you guys so much. If you made it all the way this far in the video of me rambling for 7 minutes, click like and subscribe below. I want to try and get up to 2,500 subscribers and maybe do some sort of giveaway again. I haven't done one of those for a while. So like and subscribe. Hit me in the comments below. Why do you or don't you like iOS? Why do you or don't you like Android? And what phone are you using right now? And why would you want a better one? Or is there one that you'd want that was better if, price was no object, if you could have whatever phone you wanted? Guys, thank you so much again. I appreciate it. I'm trying to keep the content rolling, but listen, man, law school is kicking my butt. Y'all have a great day, YouTube, and we'll talk to you shortly. Take care.